Assalamu alaikum. Today is June 27th, and here is another gardening update. So, Alhamdulillah, the everything looks fantastic for the most part. With a few exceptions. Weather has been helpful. I mean, we're getting a lot of rains. The temperature for the most part is moderate, so we're getting a lot of everything is doing so far so good. Few exceptions such as this fig trees that were pruned very heavily start coming back slowly. They have figs on them already, but not as the full speed it used to be in the previous years. This one as well, but the one in the back is loaded, mashallah. And also another thing that didn't work very well are just some flowers that I was trying to plant it from seed. They didn't work very well. I tried it 2 times, so I will try again one more. The gardening about trying and error, so you have to learn from our mistakes. So since this area was totally covered by the fig trees and we pruned them so to allow some lights to go to penetrate the area, so we use the area to plant vegetables this time. So planted mostly peppers, eggplants, and tomatoes in the back here. So I'll go and some squashes here and some cantaloupes. All right. So for here we'll start with the eggplant. The eggplant is doing fantastic. A lot of them already flowering. So meaning that in a few weeks we'll start getting some eggplants. Total we have 46 eggplants between here and the area in the back over there. So 46 eggplants. We have about 25 pepper plants in here. Peppers are loaded with peppers already. Peppers are loaded with peppers. So for example, see here some peppers in here. Peppers, 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 and peppers. All of them are either loaded with fruits or flowers. So pepper doing fantastic. Another fig plant in here also doing fantastic. I'll show you some fruits in a minute. And eggplant. And this is a potato. Interesting. So a potato, tell me what this potato is doing here. This potato basically was a rotten potato. I buried it in the ground and they start coming back as potato. So hopefully we'll see how it goes. I don't usually plant potatoes, but we'll see how this one goes. We'll see how this one will go, inshallah. All right. So basically, figs doing very good for the most part. Peppers fantastic, eggplant fantastic, and yeah, we also have some fig shots here in the ground here. These are fig that we bury some branches in the ground in the spring, in the fall, and they start coming back as new fig trees we're gonna plant to give away. All right, that's it for this section. Move on. Some squashes here and some cantaloupes, some squashes, another squash, and here's tomatoes, 4 cherry tomatoes, and 1 beef steak tomato. This 1 beef steak was an extra plant that was totally cut off into 2 halves of the ground, 2 halves. So I took the top half, I buried it in the ground, and it started coming back, and it's coming back very strong. We have some mint in the area. Cherry tomatoes are coming. They are loaded with cherry tomatoes. Cherry tomatoes all over the place. So usually they start ripening around the 4th of July. And the beef steak one around mid-July. So in a few weeks, inshallah, we'll start doing the harvest. They'll start ripening and getting a lot of fruit, inshallah. All right, moving on to the back. This is actually a lemon tree that was given to be my mother-in-law. Lemon usually doesn't grow well in this area. It needs like a warmer weather, but we'll see how it goes. It has already, since I planted here, I moved this like a couple months ago. Some of the new leaves are start coming, so we'll see how it goes. It looks very healthy. So we'll see how it goes. Just if maybe it needs covering in the winter. We'll see how it goes. I'm not sure how it goes. I didn't know what variety or anything like that. It was given to as a gift, so we'll see how it goes. All right, here is our deer deterrent and animal deterrent one. So it's a motion detector. As you can see, it detects any motion, produces ultrasound, waves, deters any deers, any raccoons, things like that. Since we installed them around the garden, I mean, we have a great success. I didn't see any animal damage in the garden. Beans around the fence, doing fantastic. We grow them in grown bag, and also behind the plants. They are start flowering. These are string beans, and also have another variety of beans. I'll show you in a minute. Also, all right. Let's go bed by bed. This bed here, all right, this is a blackberry. A different variety of already. The main blackberries in that section over here, it has 3 varieties. This is a fourth variety. So it's not a 4th plant, it's a 4th variety. Each one of them is different. So it's different type of blackberry. They already loaded with blackberry. We never had blackberry from it before, so we'll see how it goes. All right, we have a lot of melon. We have lots of melons and lots in eggplant. Like we have cantaloupe and honeydew in this area. See again, eggplants are flowering. Strawberry is not so successful in, because the birds attack him. But in this bed we have 15 eggplants. All right, and we have 16 on the other side and 15 on this side. All right, so we have here 15 eggplants. We have strawberries. We have cantaloupe on this side. We have honeydew on the other side, and we have blackberry, and also we have Violet de Bordeaux fig tree. This Violet de Bordeaux actually was another different location last year, so I moved it here so to make the garden, arrange it that this area is not too congested. And it gave us some fruits last year, but it didn't ripe. So hopefully, again, I'm not worried about the fruit this year, or if you got some fruit, it's okay. But most likely, I'm focusing on future years' production. So at least I got in the right location that I wanted. So again, this area is loaded, mashallah. All right, moved, and again, all the melons are flowering. Most of them are flowering. This is soon we're gonna get some, the fruits will come, inshallah. All right, but moving on, same thing, similar situation to the next bed, the previous bed. Here also we have beans grown in bags, string beans. It is eggplants, 15 eggplants. We have melons. These are melons, strawberries, but also instead of the figs and the blackberries, we have 2 pomegranate. This is one, and another pomegranate tree. We planted this last fall, alhamdulillah. Okay, so this bed has 2 pomegranates, has melons, different varieties of melons, a lot of melons. It has 15 eggplants, and what else I said? Okay, so basically it, 2 pomegranate, strawberries, eggplants, and a lot of melons. All right, here is tomatoes. All right, mashallah. This is one of the beef steaks. These sections are all tomatoes all around. Some of them are already more than 6 feet high, mashallah. So around the fence are tomatoes, and near the fence are more of the beans. So the beans will climb on the fence, inshallah. So this area is mostly, around the fence, by the fence side, all tomatoes around the fence. You see tomatoes. See how the tomatoes look, mashallah. Allahu Akbar. Look at this one, how big it is, mashallah. Look at this one, Allahu Akbar. Mashallah, this one is humongous, mashallah. All right, and this group here mostly are cherry tomatoes. So because it gets some shade, so it doesn't get, so cherry tomatoes. See how the clusters look like, mashallah. See how tall. See, this over my head is even taller than me. I'm gonna connect to this tree to lattice on it, mashallah. And it's loaded with cherry tomatoes and things like that. All right, so again, this is before the fence, it's cherry tomatoes. Behind the tomatoes, I have some beans. So it's all interplanting. So you can see the beans behind the fence, and this one needs to be staked because it's not gonna fall, it's gonna break like that. All right, two interesting things here we have also in this area. This tomato here, this actually was a branch that broke from a different tomato plant. We didn't have any leaf, we didn't have the second branch here. So I just took the branch, it's stuck in the ground, and now it has, mashallah, look, it has come in alone as new, completely new. I didn't do anything. I didn't add any hormone or anything like that. Just take the stick straight from the ground, put it in the ground, and it start coming as a different tomato. This tomato here is actually, I didn't plant it. I don't know what variety it is. I just found it from next to one of my tomato plants, and it was very small. Like I planted, it was last month. Most likely from the seeds that we get from the compost. And so I started looking at tomatoes. I moved it here, gave it some space, and it started coming back as a new tomato, mashallah. So again, and it already has flowers, mashallah. All right. So basically, this is most of the tomatoes in this section. We have couple peppers. Was an extra pepper. I didn't find the space from in the previous section. We have some melons, but mostly here in this area I have the squashes. After the tomatoes, I have all the squashes. These are mostly squashes, different varieties, about 5-6 different types of squashes. The squashes are huge, mashallah. Some of them are already forming as squash. This is our star squash, and hopefully there will come another one of them as fruits. See the squash? The little one is here. All right. Another interesting thing here, another fig plant. Tell me what it is. I'll show you in a minute. All right. It is a fig plant. All right. This is another fig plant. All right. Basically, this is the Olympian fig plant. I took some couple cotton from a friend in March. I just bury him in the ground, lay them flat, and cover him with compost. And now start as an own fig plant. So we have overall 8 eggplants, 6 different varieties. So mashallah, alhamdulillah, fig will be our main focus. Mashallah, look at the tomatoes all over the place. Okay, all right. So we have here, again, to recap, this area, tomatoes, different varieties, beef steak, cherry tomatoes, unknown varieties, some peppers, a lot of squashes, 1 fig plant, and lots of zucchinis and things like that. Similarly here, we have mostly a lot of squashes, butternut squashes. We have some, the purple stuff in the back here are cabbages, red cabbages. Cabbages usually is not so successful, so I just bought few plants in there. We'll see how it goes. Usually they're eaten by the slugs, so we'll find out how it goes. Just I didn't have many of them, doesn't take too much space. So again, this area covered with different varieties of squashes, butternut squash. Already seen some fruits, I may show you too in a minute. And also we have 3 apple trees. Apples are very slow in growing, but this year we have some apples for the first time, but they are not so good. They're already beaten by the insects. We'll find out. I mean, we'll try again to see in the next years how this get rid of the insects issue. We'll cover them with some spraying or something like that. Again, these are all squashes. This is another apple tree. All right. So 3 apple trees, and this area is covered with squashes. Here is, for example, some of the squashes. All right. Some of them. All right. And the butternut squash in the middle, and this area here mostly are personal water-sized melon. This is the one that the watermelon have this kind of leaves, right? And I have about more than 15 of these plants in this area. All right, more squashes flowering. All right, I have some beans, stringy beans. We have a lot of beans in this area. So again, to recap, this area mostly squashes, different varieties, cabbages, red cabbages, 3 apple trees, and personal size watermelon. All right, moving on. This is our nectarine trees. The nectarines are still growing. Loaded with nectarines. MashaAllah. Nectarines. Usually the insect attack him as well, but we still got some good harvest of them every year, inshallah. And they're very unique taste and very unique flavor, mashallah. A lot of nectarines. They get too heavy to the point sometimes the branches break because it's too many fruit on top of the plants. Similar thing with the peaches, loaded with peaches, still growing. Usually they ripe around late August, so it's late August when they start ready for harvest, inshallah. See, mashallah, how much fruit they have all over how tall. Mashallah. Okay, all right, so this is done for the peaches and nectarines. Here is a large size watermelon. See the watermelon leaves, how it looks different from the other leaves. So we have here a lot of butternut squash. The butternut squash are the big ones in here, and we have the large water size melon. We have a lot of them. We have a lot of the large size watermelon here, and we also have a different middle size watermelon here. All right, again, more tomatoes, different varieties. I have 6 varieties of tomatoes this year, mashallah. They all looking fantastic. A lot of fruit, and all of them covered with fruit. Some of them are huge, mashallah. Look at the ones at the bottom here. Tomatoes, flowers, tomatoes, mashallah. So loaded with tomatoes. And this is our dragon oranges, which is like lemon type of thing. Loaded again, tribes, late August, early September, something like that. More tomatoes. more tomatoes. This is our signature Armenian cucumber. Usually comes around late August, late July. They ripe usually ready for harvest around late July. Armenian cucumber. They are flowering. A lot of them both flowers. All right, a lot of them. And here's another motion sensor that detects our motion and start blinking to deter the animals away. And mashallah, I'm gonna show you this tomato. Mashallah, look at this one. Look at this guy, mashallah. I have to stake all of them. I mean, staking even is not enough, but we do what we can. All right, this is basically supposed to be an apricot plant. I planted from seed a couple years ago. Hopefully, it starts giving us some apricot next year or so. Mashallah, grown very well. Size is so big. So again, tomatoes, Armenian cucumber, melons, and behind the tomatoes, a different type of beans. I will show you from outside, inshallah. Okay, done with this section. All right, grown bags, cilantro. Already harvested 2 times of cilantro. I bought some coffee grounds. The coffee grounds I got from outside, so I just throw them in there as fertilizer. They have a lot of nitrogen, and we're ready to harvest from the cilantro. And they keep. I think the cilantro can come up to 2 years. Like even you plant it, they don't do so hot in the hot weather, but once it cools down again, they will come again more of the cilantro. All right. Here is the purple beans, different type of beans. We had a lot of success with it last year, and I have some of them here also. Different type of beans, very very nice. They go up to you keep producing all the way until November. Mashallah, they maybe some of them already have flowers. I seen some flowers on them, a couple of days ago. I seen some flowers, so very soon they will start producing. But after that, they will keep producing until November. So every day, every week, you get a whole bunch of them until November. The tomatoes, you see the tomatoes. See this? How big tomatoes are? MashaAllah. MashaAllah. All right, flowers. And here's the oranges or the melons. And here's also more beans and more watermelon and stuff like that. All right, moving on to the other section. Here is blackberries and cucumber. Well, I showed you one variety of blackberry over there, but these are 3 different varieties of blackberries. This are the Colombian blackberries, large, very large and sweet. This is the Big Daddy blackberry, right? Ready to be black. It's red now. And this is our first blackberry that we had. Some of them already been baking like I'm going to make this one. All right, a blackberry. Many of them are not gonna bit. Okay, so I have a lot of them. Mashallah, every day we harvest a bunch. But at some point, they will start bumping a lot of fruits. So a lot of blackberries. Osman loves this stuff. Okay, so this is blackberries for the most part, 3 different varieties. This is the first one we planted, and blackberries are invasive if you are not. So I have to produce a lot of shoots in the ground, so I have to clean them all the time. So the area is not totally covered by the blackberry. And also in between here, I have the cucumber. 1 cucumber, 2, 3, a lot of cucumber. The cucumber already, I've seen some cucumbers already. So the cucumber comes early July. So maybe by next week, we'll start seeing some fruits. I've already seen some of the cucumbers, they're all flowering, but I've seen actual cucumbers. It's small, but usually they grow very fast. Cucumbers all over the place in the front. I need to move this fence, move it towards me, to our side, to allow more room for the cucumber to grow. So basically another sensor here, and deter the animals and things like that. Again, blackberries. This is one of the fig trees, giant fig trees. We only planted this from a stick 2 years and 2 months ago in April 1st, 2023. MashaAllah. And it gave us lots of fruit yesterday, and very large and very sweet, and it's now loaded with fruits. MashaAllah. It's loaded with fruit. And I liked it so much. So I propagated this one. This is one of them. The one I propagate. I just buried some of the branches in the ground in December, here and here and here. here. This one is the one I wanted, all right? The other one, because this is away from, area is too congested already. So this is the one I wanted, but I balanced the other one as a spare in case this one didn't work. Basically, I laid down branches flat like this in the ground, and I covered them with soil. About 3 to 6 inches of soil. That's it. And they came back in their own. This is the easiest way to grow propagate figs, right? So here's one. We have 2 of them here. This is all donations, but after they have grown enough. And here's another one. They all from this type of variety. After we got them from a friend 2 years ago. This is a different variety of figs. It's called Mongolian figs. MashaAllah, looks fantastic. We planted last year. It was 3-4 inches when we got it, but it now, mashallah, looks fantastic. And I seen some fruits on it yesterday. So hopefully we're gonna get some fruits from this one this year. I seen the fruits on this one. So anyway, the unique thing about this one, compared to the other one, the original one that we have, the original one we have, produces early figs, like come around starting August 1st, they start to give them a fig, but they also finish early. So by the time the other one finishes, these new ones come. So these are larger fruits, takes longer time to ripe, but this lasts for a longer time. So this way we have extended harvest. Okay, this is figs. We had here a lot of turnip. So turnip doesn't eat. Deer doesn't eat turnip, doesn't eat figs, doesn't eat radishes. This is why I plant them here in open without a fence. All right, moving on. Flower beds, flowers are done. Beeches in the front, loaded with peaches. It's not about the peaches. I'm not really concerned about the peaches in this section. It's just a nice looking trees, like red maple. But I planted also a couple types of, this is red peaches. This is exactly the same taste, but different color. It's white peaches. And also, I may cut this one because it doesn't look straight. But so I have another one spare here coming, maybe in a year or 2. Keep this one and cut off this one because it doesn't look straight. So I'm very blessed with the other one. All right, very easy. And if I have plenty of these, because basically this one, the seed falls in the ground. This is the deer. Actually, this is a deer work. They come and eat this overnight because in the open here, the seeds fall in the ground. I come back as a new fig, as the new peach trees. All right. So peach tree, another peach tree. See the deer. What the deer does? They leave me with all of these seeds. Right? Although the fruits are not fully ripe yet. The fruit is not very ripe yet. They are loaded here, mashallah. They're not fully ripe. They're still growing. They're gonna grow in size, almost the size of a lime or something like that. All right. The nectarine comes as the size of tennis ball. All right. We had a lot of harvest of radishes, but we still have some few left. And the radish, I'm gonna plant another batch in September because they are cold. They don't take the hot weather. So I've just put some seeds directly in the ground, and they come as new radishes. Here is radishes, things like that. Radishes. Okay. Here is some mint. We just did some mint harvest. All right. I'm back to our where we started with the fig trees, and this is the one that we're saying that recovered very quickly, and it's loaded with fruits. I saw some fruits in it yesterday, a lot of fruit in it yesterday. For example, here is figs, right? Usually come around early July, inshallah, we'll start collecting fruits out of that. And this is basically our gardening update. Thanks for watching, and see you next time. Happy gardening.